Hello everyone, Professor Halsey here. We're going to jump into our Module 5 project for CEIS150, and this is using Replit. Okay, creating a chart using Matplotlib. Alright, so this is a library we've included in our file. We should have already set it up for Anaconda. If not, you can include the packages for Matplotlib if you need to. Okay, let's start by downloading our instructions. Gonna download those, the PowerPoint deliverable, and jump into Replit and be right back. Okay, here I am in Replit, and if I don't see it, I can click on my repels over here, and then it should bring up that project that we've been working on. Okay, this week we're going to focus on using PyPlot in the Matplotlib library to create a single stock chart. It's going to be very basic and based on data that we enter by hand this week, although next week we'll be loading that data, so it's going to be different in the future. We have two different functions that we're going to implement today. One is called display stock chart, and it will be in the stock menu. And here's the pseudocode they give us for our display stock chart. And create a list called date, price, and volume, and then have a variable company. Then we're going through all the stocks. We're going to load this information, and then we're going to go out and create the plot. Okay, and then if you notice in here, there's actually display chart will be part of what is called. So the display chart will call display stock chart. Okay, so when we get started here, I did that backwards. Instead of it being up there, it's going to be down here. We'll see our call to display stock chart here. There it is. And that is what is calling this function up here. So what's the difference in the two? Well, this one down here goes out and lists the different symbols and asks the user which one they want to use. Right, based on the symbol chosen by the user. Okay, and then we'll test the code and come back and put our information in our PowerPoints to submit for grading. And there's a couple of different ways to do this. I can copy and use this as my example code, or I can split screen here and use that to help me write my code. So I think I'm going to do my split screen here. And I can move this all the way over and move that pretty much all the way over to give myself some more room. And then I mostly want to see what I'm coding. So I'm going to stretch. Well, I was trying to see if I can go that way a little bit. Looks like there's an inside and an outside window on that one we have to work with. Okay, and this is my stock menu program that we'll be working in, and we want to come down and look for display stock chart. We just did the investment. Right below the investment is the display stock chart. Okay. So here I'm going to create a list called date. So date equals, and then we have our open and close square bracket, which makes it an empty list. And then it's right. My next one, I want to be price. And my next one, I'm actually going to add one in here, volume. And then we also want to set company to blank. So we'll type company equals and then open and close parentheses. Okay, and now I want to go through each stock. I think it was about to do it there for me, and I got to, for each stock in our stock list. And not for each, but for stock and stock list. And that fixes that. If stock.symbol is equal to the symbol, that's correct. Then we want to set company equal to stock.name. And then for daily data in stock dot daily data, no, data list, sorry, I'll get it here in a second. Yep, there we go. We want to take the date and append it to the daily data date. Okay, and next I'm going to do my price dot append to daily data dot price. Actually, no, it's not price, it's close here. So price is what we're going to append to the daily data dot close. And then next we'll do our volume. And we append the volume to the daily data dot volume. Okay, and now I'm going to come back several levels past the if, up under my 4. And at that point, I'm going to call plot, plt.plot. And I'm going to pass it the date and the price. I'm not using the volume here for the plot. Okay, if you're getting a error here, we're going to go up top and I'm going to look and see where I pulled it in. And I do not see where I pulled it in. So I'm going to have to do that. Okay, and up here I'm going to import matplotlib as PLT. Man, I love Replit. It's too cool. And it looks like it's telling me I don't have it as one of my packages. So I'm going to stop here for just a second and come make sure, because I've done this a couple of times, and once you start over, you have to import it into the new package. So I'm going to come down to Tools and click on Packages and come up here and just type Matplotlib. And it says it's in there. Oh, Matplot. I must have not typed it or imported it correctly. .pyplot, there we go. Okay, that should resolve that. So now we're all good and we're ready to go with that. I knew I had it set up, or thought I had set it up. All right, so now we can continue, and now that we've called the plot, we're going to pass it some information, and not yet with the company. First, we're going to give it the X label, and our X label is going to be date. And then I'm going to do my Y label, and wow, I love Replit. It's right, it's price. And then next, I'm going to do my title, and it is company. And then I'll do a show, and that's what shows the actual chart once it's done. So we are ready there. Now our next section is to implement display chart, which is what we have the pseudocode for here. And we've done this a couple of times in going through the stocks and output the stock dot symbol, and if it exists. So what I'm going to do is come up here and copy that part of my code. It should be similar to what we see in delete stock or remove stock. Okay, so I'm going to pull that part. I'm not sure why that messed with all my spacing and everything. But let me get that back so I got a little more room there. Control C, and I'm coming down to the display chart. Alright, now I'm not going to print delete stock. What I want to print here is stock chart. This is going to be our listing for the stock chart. And we make the stock list. And I'm not sure where that dash came from. And then yes, for stock and stock list, we're going to print the symbol. And then when we get down, we got the closing bracket. And then instead of ask which do we want to delete, we're going to say which do we want to graph. Okay, and then found equals false. And we'll do the first stock and stock list. If the stock dot symbol equals the symbol, then we set found equal to true. And instead of doing the pop to delete it, we're going to set current stock equal to stock. If found equals true, then what we want to do is called display stock chart. Right, we're going to get rid of this line that says print stock deleted, and exactly what it said was what we needed. Display chart, or no, display, we're calling display stock chart, and we're going to pass it our stock list, and we're going to pass it the current stock symbol. I missed an R in there. Okay. And we're going to come back to the if and else. So if we don't find it, and Lord, I love it, we print symbol not found. Then back under my else is where I do the underscore equals input, press enter to continue. And man, I have just completely fallen in love with Replit. Okay, now we need to test our code. We're going to hit run. We only have to enter one stock, so I'm going to do my name. All right, now we will add daily data. And I need to add it to the one that exists. So CDH is the one I need to add it to. And we'll do this very carefully because I've made a mistake 3 times now. So date number 1, comma, an amount, comma, and a number. The next date, comma, another number, comma, another number or amount, another date, comma, another amount, comma, and another number. Now I have to do, it asks for 4 data points, so I'm going one more on the 4th, comma, one more amount, one more number, and we hit enter. Hit enter there, then enter to continue. All right, now we want to hit 5 to show our chart. Which one do I want to graph? CDH. And it's graphing my data, and I should be able to see it up here. If you're not seeing it, click on the output window, and it should be showing you your graph in the output window. Okay, now for our PowerPoint, all we need is a screenshot of our chart, a screenshot of the working chart. And so I'm going to delete the square here and come back to, my Replit. And it's not coming up for some reason. And you can see since I made my name, my company name, my name is at the top of my chart. So when I copy that and I bring it into my PowerPoint, it's going to be beautiful. There we go. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to holler. Thank you and have a great week.